The date was October 17, 2024, a day that would mark a significant shift in the ongoing conflict in Yemen. For the first time, the United States deployed its B-2 Spirit stealth bombers over Yemen. These aircraft, known for their advanced stealth capabilities and precision, were now part of a high-stakes mission. This was a clear signal, a powerful message delivered with precision. The deployment of the B-2S was not just a tactical move, but a strategic one, aimed at demonstrating the reach and power of the United States military. The world watched as these advanced aircraft executed their mission. News outlets around the globe broadcasted the footage, capturing the attention of both allies and adversaries. The primary targets were Houthi underground weapons storage facilities. These bunkers, hidden deep within the rugged terrain, were believed to house a significant arsenal. 5 specific locations were hit, carefully selected to minimize collateral damage. Each strike was meticulously planned, with precision-guided munitions ensuring the highest level of accuracy. These facilities were near Sana'a and Saada, key Houthi strongholds. The choice of these locations underscored the strategic importance of the mission. The weapons stored were used in attacks on civilian and military vessels in the Red Sea. These attacks had escalated tensions in the region, threatening international shipping lanes and regional stability. The strikes aimed to curtail the Houthis' capacity to continue these destabilizing activities. By targeting their weapon storage, the U.S. hoped to significantly reduce their operational capabilities. This deployment marked a significant escalation in the Yemeni conflict. It was a bold move, reflecting a shift in U.S. policy towards a more direct involvement in the region. The introduction of the B-2 bomber represented a new level of seriousness. The B-2, with its advanced technology and stealth capabilities, was a game-changer in the conflict. The event sparked debate regarding the future trajectory of U.S. involvement in Yemen. Politicians, analysts, and the public weighed in on the implications of this military action. The world pondered the next moves in this complex geopolitical chess game. Every action had a reaction, and the deployment of the B-2S was a significant move on the global chessboard. The implications of this deployment were immediately apparent globally. Leaders around the world reacted, and the international community braced for the potential fallout from this bold military maneuver. The B-2 Spirit bomber is a symbol of American technological prowess. Each unit costs around $1 billion, reflecting its advanced capabilities. Designed with stealth, it can penetrate heavily defended airspace undetected. The B-2's flying wing design contributes to its stealth features. It can carry up to 20 tons of ordnance, including precision-guided weapons. These bombers are nuclear-capable, adding to their strategic significance. Their intercontinental range means they can strike almost anywhere on Earth. The B-2 is ideal for destroying deeply buried command centers or weapon storage facilities. The use of B-2 bombers in combat is rare, reserved for high strategic importance. Their deployment underscores the selective nature of their use. The strategic objectives behind the B-2 deployment in Yemen were multifaceted. A primary goal was the significant degradation of Houthi military capabilities. The 5 underground weapons storage facilities hit were crucial hubs. By neutralizing these sites, the U.S. aimed to impact the Houthis' ability to sustain their campaign. Protecting international trade was another key driver. The B-2 strikes aimed to safeguard the free flow of commerce. The mission also served to protect U.S. forces and personnel in the region. The operation demonstrated U.S. global strike capabilities. The overarching objective was to alter the Houthi leadership's calculus. Following the B-2 deployment, official statements from Washington articulated the mission's rationale. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin emphasized the precision nature of the airstrikes. He highlighted the strategic importance of degrading Houthi capabilities. Austin underscored the broader message of U.S. global strike capabilities. The White House confirmed President Joe Biden had personally authorized the strikes. Statements framed the action as defensive and aimed at restoring stability. The U.S. Central Command provided details about the operation. They confirmed the targeting of Houthi underground weapons storage facilities. CENTCOM reported no civilian casualties from these specific B-2 strikes. This aspect was crucial for maintaining the moral high ground. The Houthi leadership in Yemen responded with strong condemnation. Nasruddin Amr vowed retaliation for what he termed U.S. aggression. He asserted that the U.S. would pay the price for its actions. Amer declared the strikes would not deter Yemen from supporting the Palestinian cause. Houthi-controlled media confirmed airstrikes in areas around Sana'a and Sa'ada. The narrative presented was one of a powerful external aggressor attacking Yemeni sovereignty. The Houthi response was a mix of outrage, defiance, and promises of retribution. There was no indication of willingness to de-escalate their campaign. The international community watched anxiously for potential retaliation. The B-2 strikes were a direct consequence of a protracted Houthi campaign, which had been escalating over the past few years. Since late 2023, the Houthis targeted commercial ships in the Red Sea, a vital artery for international trade and commerce. Their actions impacted global trade routes significantly, causing delays and increasing shipping costs. The ripple effects were felt worldwide. The Houthi arsenal included missiles and drones aimed at merchant vessels and U.S. Navy warships, showcasing their growing military capabilities. The Red Sea shipping channel is critical for global commerce, serving as a conduit for goods between Europe, Asia, and Africa. The disruption forced many shipping lines to reroute, leading to longer transit times and increased fuel consumption. Prior to the B-2 deployment, the US and UK conducted airstrikes against Houthi targets, aiming to curb their aggressive actions. Israel also reportedly carried out an attack in northern Yemen in July 2024, further complicating the regional dynamics. The B-2 strikes occurred against a backdrop of heightened regional tensions, with multiple nations involved in the conflict. The region remained on edge following an Iranian missile barrage towards Israel, which further escalated the situation. This complex web of conflicts created an extremely volatile environment, with each action potentially triggering a larger confrontation. A significant aspect of the B-2 strikes was the emphasis on precision. U.S. Central Command stated no civilians were harmed in these operations. The primary objective was to ensure the safe navigation of international waters. The strikes aimed to restore deterrence against Houthi attacks on shipping. The deployment of the B-2S was also a message to Iran, the Houthis' backer. It demonstrated American resolve and capability to project power. While these strikes avoided civilian casualties, the broader conflict in Yemen has had a devastating human cost. The U.S. highlighted the precision of this mission amidst the ongoing humanitarian crisis. The B-2 strikes in Yemen offer insight into evolving U.S. military strategy. The B-2 represents the pinnacle of advanced military technology. Its deployment signifies a preference for precise, high-impact solutions. The strikes indicate a willingness to counter threats from non-state actors decisively. The mission demonstrated America's global strike capabilities. The ability to launch long-range bombers to hit targets with precision reaffirms U.S. power projection. This capability is a cornerstone of U.S. deterrence strategy. The Yemen B-2 strikes reflect a broader adaptation of U.S. military operations. The choice to use the B-2S signals a new threshold in the engagement against the Houthis. The B-2 strikes cast a shadow over Yemen's dire humanitarian situation. The sleek, ominous presence of these bombers in the skies is a stark reminder of the ongoing conflict and the potential for further devastation. The UN Special Envoy for Yemen warned of the risk of wider regional escalations. In a recent address, the envoy emphasized the urgent need for diplomatic efforts to prevent the conflict from spilling over into neighboring countries. The Yemeni people have long yearned for peace amidst prolonged conflict. Families have been torn apart, and communities have been displaced, with children growing up in the shadow of war, knowing little else but hardship and uncertainty. The Houthi movement seized control of northern Yemen in 2014. This marked a significant turning point in the conflict, leading to a series of violent confrontations and a deepening humanitarian crisis. A coalition led by Saudi Arabia intervened in 2015. Their involvement has been marked by intense airstrikes and ground operations, further complicating the already volatile situation. The conflict has led to one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. Millions of Yemenis face severe food shortages, lack of medical care, and the constant threat of violence, making daily survival a daunting challenge. The introduction of B-2 bombers raises concerns about further escalation. These advanced aircraft symbolize a new level of military engagement, potentially leading to more destruction and loss of life. Each military action can create a dangerous cycle, complicating diplomatic solutions. The more the conflict intensifies, the harder it becomes to bring all parties to the negotiating table and achieve a lasting peace. The broader quest for stability requires more than military solutions. It demands comprehensive peace talks, humanitarian aid, and a commitment from the international community to support Yemen's recovery and rebuilding efforts. The B-2 strikes are a reminder of the profound human cost and the elusive nature of peace in Yemen. As the world watches, the hope remains that through concerted efforts, a path to peace can finally be forged, bringing an end to the suffering of the Yemeni people.